Hello, this is Bunting, and today I'm going to be showing you some more deep dub sound design in both Vital and Ableton. I'll show Vital first, and then all the Ableton jazz and production stuff. Let's play this. Alright, so to give you a little taste of what's going on here, first I'll show you this underwatery, wobbly, awesome bass. Turning off this reverb so I can just show you the sound itself. So, per our last tutorial, this also uses sine waves with some distortion on it. So I'm going to just initialize so I can go through my thought process. So sine waves are great because they're just very common in this type of sound, and it gives you a simple basis to build everything off of. Ignore what I did there and go into effects, distortion, turn up your drive. Just changes the timbre, the tone completely. But sinoid fold is how you get these awesome underwatery sounds. Now, okay, let's say you wanted that to wobble. You would think to put it on your level here in LFO. Let's turn it up a bit more so you can hear it. But as you see, it has this kind of movement to it, which is cool if you want it. It's a really awesome trick to do. But if you want something more static, but still with the movement, you would just turn on this post filter here. Just click that, post, and assign LFO to your cutoff. Turn down your resonance. And why don't we put it on triplet, since that just sounds awesome. Shape it too while you're at it. And that's just awesome. Mess with your different modes. Linear fold also is kind of cool. Gives you some like fatter, chunkier, more distorted things as opposed to sinoid fold, which can also be neat. So yeah, add some reverb. And that's a fatty bass right there, as they say. I think they say that. Okay, the next thing is a new trick. So in the previous tutorial, I was showing you me using this harmonic series here to get some simple harmonics on your basses, right? But another trick you can do, so right here I just have a basic low pass thing going on with the LFO, but let's say I wanted some more interesting harmonics. So I turn on this other oscillator and just pick a cool sounding wavetable, right? Like that's a massive layer right there, but it's a little too much. That's where this low pass spectral morph comes in. Just click this, low pass, turn it down. Just rounds it out all nice. Gives you some interesting harmonic options from typically wavetables that would be way too much to deal with. And that with a bit of soft clip distortion on it and filtering. You can also have no drive on it. That also sounds awesome. But yeah, just have fun with that. And generally for these basses, they love a bit of reverb for that extra atmosphere that deep dub just loves to have. It just loves it. This is kind of like what I made in my old tutorial, in that it's just a sine wave with some level automation layered with a harmonic series wavetable with some harmonic action, just messing around with the frame there, and of course with the filtering and distortion. Low pass filters are just excellent for this kind of thing. And here I have another trick. This one's more new, completely fresh take. Of course we have the distortion and whatnot, but this comb filter flanger is just the bee's knees. Listen to that. Makes it hollow and awesome. All I'm doing here is after the distortion. It has to be after, because if it was before you wouldn't hear anything. Because it's sine wave. Just opening the filter, selecting combs, and picking one and messing with our resonance and cutoff. That's what it sounds like before. Not as interesting. Mess with your different modes. And get some awesome hollow sounding basses. If you want, go off and like got a whole new bass there by automating the volume. Have a fun time with it. Okay, now for some new tricks, some further new tricks for you to use. Right here is an FM sine wave. Amazing, right? Let's initialize our preset to go through my thought process. Just beefy sine wave, and to add some top harmonics, you can layer it, but you can also FM it. So FM from oscillator 2, and of course we need oscillator 2 on for that. But we don't want to hear oscillator 2 besides in the first one, so let's turn our level down and just pick a cool wavetable. That's cool. Not very usable yet, but the moment you add some filtering to it, like so, right? And maybe some distortion to beef it up a bit. Change your wavetable out, shift the frame, and if it's a little too crispy for your taste, all you gotta do is under these morph options and low pass it. And what I forgot to do, makes it sound way nicer and richer, is transpose this up 12. Whoops, okay. That's just awesome. And you have so many different options for basses, and they all just go together if you're producing them in a similar way, which is how I made this like entire arrangement here. These are all just variations of this FM sine wave with low pass filtering. And of course, putting some multiband on it too. And remember, in any of this bass music stuff, you just gotta make your sound design, your basses talk for it to hit. Really, that's all it is. To keep this short, I'm not gonna go in every detail because do it yourself, man. I'm lazy. No. You'll learn a lot more and get more interesting results probably. This wobble up here is just a harmonic series with pitch automation and LFO automation. Just makes a cool whistle high end. Oh, and also some filtering. Okay, now that I've shown you all that, I can show you some cool stuff in Ableton. So, like this Vital here has some sinoid fold, distortion, and other options, so does Ableton. Let's auto pan this, just so it has some volume automation. So you can just drag in your saturator, turn up your drive, mess with your bass. Very common sounds for your deep dubs. And put it on sinoid fold. That's just freaking awesome. And you get a lot more customization than you would in Vital because you also have these knobs here. Yeah, and you can really mess with that kind of stuff here. It's a lot of fun and get some nice basses from it. Now for this drum arrangement up here. This is just like a dubby percussion sample which I found on the internet, but I'll show you how you make this by demonstrating my snare here. Just super dubby, and you can get that with a preset. Just go to audio effects, look up dub, assign it to your snare or whatever you want to dubify, and just drag it on, the analog triplet dub. And turn off this noise because I don't know who would want that. It's obnoxious, honestly. And right there, that's what we're looking for. Turn down your dry wet if you don't want it so overwhelming in your sound. It's more of a background element. And the cool stuff happens when you automate this rate knob here. See, so if we just drag that, you hear that, like, that pitch thing? It's just awesome, I think. And get some really interesting effects with it. And as always, it's super important to get your sub bass slapping in this with some saturation if you're so inclined, and just get it right in the mix, you know. And cut out all your lows from your other basses, because if the sub ain't knocking, I don't want it. I just don't want it. No, I might want it, but I won't listen to it. And that about covers all these new style of deep dub sounds that I have in this arrangement here. There are definitely more options to do than I demonstrated here, but this should be a great foundation to start making your own crazy sounds. So if you liked what you saw in this video, hit the like button. That would help me out. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, leave those in the comments down below. And if you enjoy these videos and want to see more, subscribe. Then you'll get notified whenever I post, especially if you hit the bell. And one last thing, I do have a Discord that is slowly growing from people that check my description. So if you want to be in that and talk to me and talk to some other guys that want to learn more about sound design and music production stuff and just collaborate and all that jazz, blah, 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 link is in the description. Go check that out. See you there. This is Bunting. Peace out.